everyone, I am Mecha42, your favorite YouTube harpy, and we're doing a quick little recap of the Orville, a little bit of a review that, so you guys don't have to sit through the entire 2-hour live stream, the live chat, but if you do want to, please check it out. I will link that in the description below. We also talked about it over on Midnight's Edge After Dark, so if you want to hear, like, a 3-person conversation about how awesome this episode is, go ahead and watch that. I will link that one also. So, you probably could guess, I liked this episode quite a bit. It is so nice to have good Star Trek. So this episode is called Primal Urge. It is season 2, episode 2. This episode, I believe, was held over from last season. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure this was the episode that was held over. So for the non-spoiler, or as few spoilers as I can give you, the episode felt like Star Trek. You know, we had some space stuff, we had some character development, and like really interesting social commentary, character development that we don't get on Discovery. And it is so nice to have Star Trek again. You know, this is Trek. This is Trek now. This is what I consider to be Star Trek now. So I gotta give this episode probably an 8 out of 10. It was so good. And every time I would see something pop up where, you know, it would be, oh, Discovery wishes it were this awesome. Discovery wishes it had this sort of continuity. Discovery wishes it had this sort of callbacks to you know, earlier episodes. And this episode does that. This episode has some callbacks to, without spoiling anything, it does have some callbacks to the episode about a girl. And you can already tell this is a Bortus and Clyden episode from the thumbnail. So, you know, we have some interesting developments that would only take place in direct relation to things that happened in About a Girl. I mean, some of these things could have taken place otherwise. Well, we'll get more into that into the spoiler section. But yeah, there's some really great development with the characters. There's some great progression. There's some great sciencey stuff. You know, you've got like your A story and your B story. So the A story is the Bortus story, and then there you have the B story, which is like the space exploration-y sort of stuff. And they do such a good job incorporating these two plots together towards the end. They weave them together really well. There's quite a bit of humor in this episode. There's a lot of kind of just great character moments. You know, we get more Dan, who is so awesome. If you guys have been watching the Orville, you guys know who Dan is. He's played by Mike Henry, who voiced Cleveland Brown over on the Cleveland Show and Family Guy. And you know, involved in like production and writing and all that good stuff from Family Guy and Cleveland Show, and he's so funny in the Orville as well. And I absolutely just love everything about this show. You know, the characters that are funny are supposed to be funny. The characters that are serious are supposed to be serious. There is natural comedy that comes from some of these really serious characters, and they do such an amazing job with everything in this show. I mean, the special effects are gorgeous. You know, the visuals. There is an entire alien that looks like he's probably 90% practical effects, like a guy in a suit or a puppet. And then he looks like he might have some CG sort of facial parts to him. Totally awesome. Could be something out of, like, Star Wars even. You know, and I know a lot of people will like Star Trek or Star Wars. I like both. I absolutely love both. But yeah, it's really neat to kind of see characters that could be in Star Wars in this too. And it's kind of a minor plot point, but the character's there for a reason, not just because, hey, cool, there's a neat looking alien here. The Orville does things so much better than Discovery. And you know, there's even a shot towards the end. I have gushed over the shot where it is a very low angle shot looking up at, you know, some of our characters coming out of a space shuttle, and it's dark. There's things exploding around them. There's all these very, very Discovery moments. You know, they're on like these giant brown rocks sort of things like you see in the Discovery trailer. Only you can actually see everything. It's in focus. The camera doesn't have a bunch of lens flare and crap in front of it. You don't have the camera shaking. You don't have the Dutch angle sideways stuff. You can see what's going on, and they do move the camera here and there. There's a little bit of panning shots here and there in the Orville, but it's not jarring or annoying and just a pain in the ass like Discovery is. Oh man, like I said, I give this episode probably an 8 out of 10. It is so good. So let me get into the spoilers now. So to turn this off if you don't want any spoilers, this episode revolves around basically Bortus is kind of neglecting Clyden, his husband, and we find out that it is, sort of due to the fact that he kind of has some resentment over Clyden after what happened in About a Girl, and it's like, what, the 4th episode or 2nd episode from season 1, where basically they're a planet full of males. Once in a blue moon, you get a female born, and the planet's custom is to change the gender to male so that they can fit into society better. I think we're going to see more of that in this series. I think they're going to go a little deeper, that maybe more Moclans are born female than they like to let on. So that's going to be really interesting to see where they go with that. This is one of those shows that pays attention. It will remember stuff. It will bring this back. Great writing on the show for that part. Like, I want to see these things because I remember that stuff from season 1. It really makes you feel like you're in a continuing universe, that people grow and they learn, and it's not just a reset button every week, even though they kind of are reset button shows. I mean, some stuff that happens in season 1 affects stuff in season 2. I love that so much. So part of the plot where Bortus is neglecting Clyde, and he's going into basically the holodecks, their little recreation holographic sort of areas on the ship, and he's basically having some fun with some holodeck porn. Kind of hilarious. I really love how they treated this as porn instead of infidelity, because it's not a real person. It's a holographic thing. It's like watching something on the internet or reading a magazine or something. Is not a real person. So I like that they treated it like that, and it was basically more about the resentment of the handling of the sex change of their child versus, okay, now you're cheating on me, now you're a horrible character. I'm glad they didn't go that route, because they went there with Ed and Kelly in season 1. I like that they didn't do that again. I didn't want to have a character on the Orville I disliked for some reason. So that was a really great call on their part. So Bortus, he's getting bored with his porn, and then he goes to this alien, like I was just talking about earlier, where they're like mostly a practical effect, mostly like either a puppet or a guy in a suit with a little bit of CG. And this character has subtitles. He sounds like something out of Star Wars. And basically he's kind of the porn dealer, kind of the porn smuggler. He has some kind of more wild programs than I think they're supposed to have. This porn program ends up infecting the whole ship, and there's some really hilarious moments in this. I'm not going to spoil everything, because go watch this episode. It's absolutely wonderful. But basically, they have so many awesome suspension moments, like suspense moments, where you're kind of like, oh no, this porn thing got into the computer, and now there's a virus in the computer, but we have seconds to get these people off of this planet. So this is where the B story comes in. The B story is, the cool space exploration stuff. They're orbiting a planet that's getting kind of sucked into a collapsing star or something, I believe. And they've scanned it initially, and they're watching it because it's cool and interesting to look at, and you don't get to see that all the time. You don't get to see planets collapse like you do in Star Trek. You go and explore and see cool things and record it, and that's why you're in space. Take note, Discovery. That's why you're in space. You're going out there to explore. That's why your ship is called Discovery. You have to go and discover things. So anyway, the Orville, Star Trek yet again with this whole awesome, plot of this planet. They scan the planet, and initially they think that, oh, this is fuel. This is enough fuel for us to survive for a year out here in space without having to go and refuel. Then they kind of scan a little deeper, and they find archaeological remnants, and then they scan even deeper than that, and they find out, oh crap, there's people here. And they only have enough time and ship supplies and time to upgrade. Well, they need to upgrade their shuttle because they don't have transporters. They need to upgrade the shuttle to withstand the radiation and the gravity and everything of the impact of the planet getting destroyed. So they have the time crunch to do that, and at the same time they have the time crunch of, oh crap, we are losing control of our ship's systems because this virus from Bortus's porn thing. And it is kind of awesome how everything just kind of fits together, and it makes sense in a TV show, you know? So of course, they also do what they really way better than Discovery. There's a moment where they decide they have to send people over on the shuttle. They have to send pilots over to help evacuate these people on this planet. And who do they send? You know, the main character of the ship, like Discovery, who really shouldn't be out there in the radiation? No, they actually send 2 qualified people. They send the 2 people who are most likely physiologically to go and rescue these people. Bortus, who can withstand the radiation, and Isaac, who's a freaking robot and can withstand the radiation. You know, like something they would do on, you know, Star Trek. I just can't say how much I love this episode. It was so good. It was so wonderful. And of course, there's all this, you know, tension and can they get all these people off the planet. The episode really resolves itself really well. I don't want to spoil every aspect. There's some hilarious stuff that I'm not even mentioning that is totally worth checking out. There's some really great Bortus and Clyden moments. They even end up in marriage counseling for a little bit. You just gotta watch this. You gotta watch this. It's such a good episode. Highly recommend it. Like I said, 8 out of 10. Good job. I am so looking forward to more Orville. Are you guys looking forward to more Orville? Did you watch the episode? Were you there in the live chat when we discussed this right after the show? Do you want to keep doing live chats and then a little quick brief recap afterwards? I really enjoy that. So hopefully you guys enjoy like these sort of quickie recap reviews that are a little more focused and a little less all over the place. And I still want to interact with you guys on the live chats right after the episode airs too. So I want to keep doing these. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am Mecha Random 42, and I will see you guys on the next video or live stream. Bye! Thanks for watching! If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!